What's up, everybody? It's your boy King Hustle. And yes, it's the best money and credit channel on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell. So whenever I drop new sauce, new lessons, new methods, and giveaways, you'll be the first one to be notified. You'll be the first one to know what's going on. And hey, you might be the first one to win something for free. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all the YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on my Twitch, King Hustle Live. I do all my freebies and giveaways from those YouTube channels and Twitch. So make sure you subscribe and hit the all notification bell on all my YouTube channels. Also, make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms. All you gotta do is click the title on every video. Once you click the title on every video, at the bottom of the description, all my social media links will pop up. All right. Got a lot of fake King Hustle pages out there. So please get a FaceTime verification call or video to make sure you see this face. Make sure you are doing legit business and you are getting what you paid for. All right. And before we get anything started, this is all educational purposes only, not telling anybody to do anything. So let's get this thing started. Hey, let's get this thing started. Hey, what to do, my real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, my real Hustle Nation Empire family members. And we are back at it again with the gems, back at it again with the sauce, back at it again with the information that's going to turn you into a boss. So you tired of being a zero? You ready to be your family hero? Listen up, take a seat, get your notepad and get your pen, because you already know when I drop these videos, y'all get them notifications. It's going to be some information that's going to help you win. All right. In today's video, we're talking about a new method that I talked about, but it's starting to become more popular. And it's called the cash bag scam. And the cash bag scam is basically scammers and fraudsters and hackers targeting people with business accounts, and they're using OTP bots on the phone bots to get banking credential information. Now, I talk about different scams, different frauds, different methods, credit, ways to get money by investing, starting businesses, different ways how people are in the world get money. Because at the end of the day, to be more woke is to be more aware. If you know what's going on, you know how the world is being operated, you know the type of scams and tricks that's going on, you can keep yourself safe. Because a lot of people are not aware of what's really going on out here in the world. You got to start waking up and like wake up, wake up, wake up, and understand that the world is starting to become oversaturated with scams, frauds, and methods. At the end of the day, wherever there's money being made, there's going to be some type of scam, fraud, or scheme connected to it, point blank, period. And that's everything in the world. There's fake Jordans, fake shoes, fake jewelry, because that department is making a lot of money. People are buying shoes. People are want to look icy and have jewelry like everybody else. So they're going to start making these products to make it available for people at a cheaper price. You can use debit cards, credit cards, checks, all these different ACH transfers, all these different ways to transfer, receive, and send money, get paid. There are scams that's connected to it that people have figured out loopholes how to utilize it just the same way as anybody else. So people got to start being more aware that everybody is human. And if the opportunity presents itself to the right person, they're going to take it. It doesn't matter who that person is. They could be somebody who's never did it, never did any type of scams, fraud, or schemes, or committed any type of crime before. But if the right opportunity presents itself, they're going to take it. And then you got to think about it. It's different levels of scams, frauds, and schemes. You got people at the bottom level committing crackhead scams. You got people in the middle committing different type of frauds and schemes, ghost employees and things like that. Then you got people at the top of the pyramid that's doing Ponzi schemes, $1 million, $1 billion scams that's really taking over the world, because it's always a different demographic. It's poor people, there's middle class people, then there's rich people, and at each level there's some type of scheme, fraud, or scam. For rich people, it's more of a Ponzi scheme. In the middle class people, is more of a method scheme. At the lower class, is more of a credit card check scheme that's going on. And this is what people got to understand. So today's video, we were talking about and learning more about the cash bag scam, because to be more safe, to be more aware and be more cautious, and to keep yourself protected and things like that. And it's been going on around more often, as well as the ATM jackpot method. It's a lot going on. So we're going to see what's really going on. So let me play this little video right.
Adam Walser, a local businessman, was contacted by someone who claimed to work for his bank about suspicious financial transactions. But it turns out it was all a ploy to get him to come here and withdraw cash.
So basically, that's somebody using an OTP bot. And OTP bots are on the phone bots, and these bots can be brought on the dark web and different places, and people utilize them to call people and act like banks, act like certain institutions that has that person's money, so they can get information to be able to get in that account and get that person's money. So
Making football safer for all athletes. Two parents open up about their losses, inspiring their mission.
That was confirmation for me that I could not let his life be in vain.
Joining us, I'm Wendy Ryan, and Tampa Bay 28 Tonight starts right now. Your hard-earned money. It's called the cash bag scam. And a local businessman who nearly became a victim reached out to investigative reporter.
See how I told y'all, small business owner almost lost $15,000 to cash bag scam. Scammers and fraudsters are starting to realize and become more sophisticated and understand that people are broke, but people who have business accounts, they understand business credit and they got business funds. So it's more profitable for a scammer or fraudster to target a business account than a personal account.
For Adam Walser.
Never before has a scammer been able to tell me, what my banking history was. So that makes it even that more, scary.
Now, when a scammer or fraudster is able to tell somebody's banking information, that's because I tell you guys all the time, there's always some type of compromise or hack going on, and it's people. Everything that's going on is being done by human beings. There's no computers or robots out there hacking or scamming anybody. No, it's all being controlled by human beings. So there are people who work in different situations, different institutions, and they are human beings. Like I tell you, the people who work at banks, and after COVID-19, more people have been working from home. So we might be 5 days out the week they work, 3 times out the week they at home, 2 times they in the office. When they're at home, you don't know what's going on in that person's home. And I know people that been on the phone with operators and whoever, and then they heard kids and different things in the background. So people got to start understanding that it's not as hard as people think it is for a scammer or a fraudster to be able to come up with get this information, because there are people who are controlling and handling this information that if the right opportunity presented itself, they're going to take it.
Adam learned how it works and how you can avoid falling for it.
Between the 3 trucks, $600-700 a week in gas.
Moses Harmon has kept a close watch on his charges and expenditures since opening a landscaping and lawn care company 25 years ago. So he was surprised when earlier this month,
I got a text message asking me if I had made charges.
The message, which appeared to be from Wells Fargo, asked if Harmon charged $2,800 at a Best Buy in San Francisco.
When I replied no, a couple minutes later, I got a call from Wells Fargo.
The person on the call read him a list of his recent banking transactions, including his mortgage payment.
They called off 3 or 4 transactions. Boom, boom, boom. And they were legitimate transactions that I had done.
They then warned that several outgoing wire transferred were scheduled to be sent from his bank account to people he didn't know.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm talking to the people from Wells Fargo.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how sure were you that it was Wells Fargo?
At that moment, I was 100% sure it was them.
But it turns out it wasn't his bank.
Anybody is susceptible to a particular type of scam at any time.
Roger Grimes works for cybersecurity company KnowBe4, which educates customers about phishing, ransomware, and social engineering.
Anybody can fake any phone number.
Grimes says by mimicking a customer's phone number and entering a few pieces of information available on the dark web, like social security numbers and dates.
I told y'all about how serious the dark web is. People go on the dark web all day, every day to buy this type of information because, like I said, is human beings behind controlling this information. So people got to start understanding that it's going to be easy for a fraudster or a scammer to be able to get this information and do these type of things.
To birth, scammers can use phone-based banking systems to learn account balances and recent transactions.
The more information they can give you about you, you start to feel confident, oh, it really must be this person.
Harmon says the caller told him that someone who worked for Wells Fargo was trying to transfer and steal his money, so they needed his help.
They said, well, we're going to need you to come down to the bank tomorrow, close your account, open up a new account.
At that moment, they believe that they're in a crisis that needs this urgent action or they're going to lose their retirement.
Harmon told the caller he would go to a South Tampa Wells Fargo branch the next morning. The scammer called as he arrived at the bank, telling him to withdraw $15,000 in cash, inform the teller he needed it for a renovation, and bring the money to the parking lot.
Then they said, we need you to keep your phone on while you're going into the bank so we can hear everything that's said.
What?
That was the biggest red flag.
Harmon realized something wasn't right as he approached the teller.
She handed me a withdrawal slip. She said, I need you to fill that out. I turned the withdrawal slip over, wrote on it, I think I'm being scammed. I handed it to her.
She got the manager, who told Harmon to hang up. Harmon said the manager told him about
That's
another
crazy.
customer who lost $10,000 days earlier in a similar scam.
These cash bag scams where people go to the bank, get the cash, hand it or mail it to somebody, I've never heard of any.
See, they figuring out people business accounts. Like people, like when you get somebody information, it's easy to find out certain information. And that's what they doing. They figuring out they're getting transaction history and all that. Like, so when the scammers is calling, they got this information already. So the person who's the victim is feeling as if this is a real bank. This is the bank really calling. This information is really happening. But then it gets a little tricky and gets a little fishy because if you are, this is really happening, why do you need to take out money and give it to somebody? Like, that makes no sense. But you got to think, a lot of people don't have common sense out here and they fall for it. And they get scammed with this trick, and become victims of this scam. So
that being
gotta
retrieved.
be more safe, more cautious and
Brian
aware.
says he was recently questioned at his own bank when he made a large withdrawal.
The bank manager came up to me and said, I'm sorry, I just want to make sure you're not being scammed. We stop 2 to 3 a day. So imagine that one bank branch is stopping 2 to 3 of these, what I call cash bag scams a day, and multiply that by the many tens of thousands of bank branches we have.
There are currently about 70,000 bank branches in the U.S. According to the FBI's 2024 Internet Crime Report, overall reported scams were up 33% in 2024.
I keep trying to tell y'all.
$6 billion in losses.
I bet
I
it's
keep trying
tens
to
of
tell
thousands
y'all.
of people a day that are being scammed this way.
They wouldn't be opening these call centers if they didn't make money.
Yeah, and it's just, to them, it's a full-time business.
Wells Fargo declined an on-camera interview, but referred us to the Florida Bankers Association.
This is organized crime now. This is not individual one-off scammers, criminals.
FBA President Kathy Kraninger says Florida's banks spend big bucks educating consumers and training employees in recognizing and preventing scams. But she says bankers often have to walk a fine line.
It's your money.
Well, y'all get the point. It's a lot of people out there really doing these scams, really committing these crimes.
If you have a debit card,
like this guy right here, he gonna break it down to you.
if you
real
have a
quick.
debit card or a bank account, stop what you're doing and listen carefully. Because what I'm about to explain is costing ordinary people thousands of dollars every single day. Not because they're careless, not because they're greedy, but because the scam looks exactly like real banking fraud protection, and that's what makes it dangerous. Before we go any further, do me a quick favor. If this channel helps you stay protected, informed, and one step ahead of scams, know someone who uses a debit card, $10,000, $15,000, sometimes even.
We basically gonna break down the same thing that I was talking about. So, cash bag scams are targeting business owners, business bank accounts with funds, and having people do these things. So it's all about staying more safe, staying more cautious, and being more aware. Like I tell you guys, Norton LifeLock. Norton LifeLock will monitor all your accounts and social media accounts to make sure no social anything funny isn't happening. And if it does, they'll send you a notification for you to go check it out. And they'll also monitor the dark web to make sure none of your information is lingering or floating around on there, which will potentially help a scammer or fraudster commit these type of crimes right here. So make sure you guys are getting your Norton LifeLock, monitor all your accounts and your information on social media so it won't be on there and make sure you're safe. Make sure you guys are freezing your credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, because if it's froze, nobody can get anything in your name, from loans, credit cards, lines of credit, auto loans, etc., right? So make sure you guys are also freezing your credit profiles, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian if you're not utilizing them. And also make sure you guys are getting new credit card and debit cards after so often you're using. All right, we use our cards all day, every day at different POS machines, point of sale machines, from Walgreens, Targets, Walmarts, gas stations, CVS's, different malls, different stores. And every time we use it, that information is going on that database, and there's always a leak, a scam, a compromise, a hack going on where the information is compromised, stolen. And if you are staying more aware, staying more cautious, and being more aware, changing your credit and debit cards every so often, getting new numbers will allow you to stay more safe and be more cautious and be more aware. Because if there is a leak or a compromise or hack that happens where your old information is on there, it won't work and no one can be able to get anything from you or your accounts. All right, so make sure you guys are taking that advice, staying more safe, staying more cautious, and being more aware, because this world is becoming oversaturated with scams, frauds, and schemes. And if you don't know what's going on, you won't be more aware and you won't be more cautious, and you can potentially become a victim. And no one wants to become a victim. So it's just all about having the knowledge, the awareness, and how to stay safe if it presents itself to you. All right, so shout out to all my Real King Hustle fans, supporters, subscribers out there, because without y'all there'd be no me. Y'all motivate me to keep going. Y'all motivate me to keep dropping this sauce, and y'all motivate me to keep y'all entertained. So shout out to all of y'all. Anybody out there is tired of being broke, because it ain't no joke, let's get to work. FaceTime 101 limited gems are $1,000, but for limited time only. I'm doing it for 600. Yes, 600 Cash App or Bitcoin payment. Once the 600 is on your Cash App or Bitcoin balance, send me a screenshot. Let me know you payment ready, and we will go from there. All right, no screenshots, no replies, no 21 questions, and please do not yell me. Also, make sure y'all booking your seats on the webinars Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. 250, 10 seats. Ask me anything that y'all want to ask me. Let's get to work. Make sure y'all book your seat on the crypto tour in person, limited gems, $3,500, $500 deposit, the rest of the money meeting person. Make sure y'all book your seat on the month-long mentorship, 30 days, $2,500. Anything you need help with, let's get to work. Make sure y'all checking out my vendor platforms on Telegram and the Potato app, Millionaire Network. I got a lot of them, so make sure y'all checking them out. Also, still look for people for the production company. Make sure y'all subscribe and hit the notification bell on my YouTube channels, my Twitches, my IGs, my TikToks. Got multiple IGs and YouTube channels, so make sure y'all following, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, all that good stuff. Make sure y'all checking out the crypto world, because it's changing people's lives. And with that being said, it's your boy King Hustle. Y'all know how to get down in these videos. I'll see you at the next lesson video or live. Peace.